What's up, Dragon Brood? Today is a fun one as this is a reward for our stream chat. This is one of those times where I was like, hey, what does the chat want to see? What have you not seen enough of? Maybe you want to see a different version of. And a couple people said they wanted to see an Azorius Magecraft deck. So, live on stream, we made one and then we played it. And the results were kind of surprising. The deck's actually not bad, it's kind of sweet. I think you'll really enjoy it. This should be a lot of fun. If you've been looking for a different type of Azorius deck to play, this should be right up your alley, especially if you're playing best of one. So, without further ado, let's get into this Frankenstein that the chat got to come up with. I don't know what that Frankenstein, how that's a... anyway, let's go. All right, so when the chat decided they wanted to do this, one of the things that kind of was the impetus for the whole thing was, could we make Delver of Secrets work in the deck? Because I think lots of people are looking for Delver of Secrets decks because it's good in older formats, and people just like, hey, it can't be awful, right? Can we find a way to use it in Standard? Well, it turns out I think we can do that in this list. One of the interesting things is, though, we actually ended up not playing Symmetry Mage because of it, and Delver of Secrets is just better, and too often Symmetry Mage doesn't block well. It's an 0-2. It only ever becomes a 2-2 if you play a spell. And then you have weird situations where you end up with like Clever Lumimancer out and you have the Symmetry Mage that's just an 0-2. So like you're not really doing anything. So we wanted to avoid that, and this actually kind of helps that happen. So starting at the top, we are still playing Clever Lumimancer because it's a good card and does what we want it to do in here. So yeah, we're playing it. Guiding Voice. This is actually interesting because though it gives us a +1/+1, it's a spell, and we can play for 1 mana, but it basically draws us a card because it gives us access to a lesson, which is basically like having another spell that we drew, right? So this is allowing us to chain off multiple cards, which is great. Homestead Courage. This is probably the best new card out of the set for Magecraft decks. I almost feel like this was made specifically for Magecraft decks, because getting a +1/+1 and then putting it on top is awesome. Though you do see this a lot in the really low to the ground, go wide, mono white aggro decks. It's also perfect in here. Now we had to choose some non-Magecraft creatures that we wanted to play. I decided to go with Usher of the Fallen. Really for 2 reasons though. The first is that it's a 2/1 for 1, which is nice. It gives you some blocking options if you need it, but it does also really force your opponent into some situations when you're attacking. But there's also some situations where you don't necessarily dedicate more to the board, so being able to boast to make another 1/1 is pretty awesome, and then allows you to have something that can get boosted up later. Now, I will say, you could play the new 1/1 First Striker that has Disturbed. I don't think that's a bad choice, especially because you can pump it up and First Strike really matters. So that's probably the other thing I would consider if you're not going to play Usher of the Fallen. Then we needed some other instance and some other reasons to play blue other than just Delver of Secrets, and if we have access to it, we might as well consider, because this lets us get a card. Most of the time it's letting us getting a land off the top of our library, then draw a card that just lets us chain off more spells. There's a Delver of Secrets we talked about, 1/1 on the front. During your upkeep, you reveal your top card if you want, and if you do and it's an instant or a sorcery, this card flips. So obviously we're playing a lot of instants and sorceries, so we don't mind that. Fading Hope. This is one I definitely wanted 4 of. It bounces any creature, which is awesome. Well, if the mana's 3 or less, you also get to scry, and that's actually not irrelevant. Something to keep in mind if you're trying to set up a draw, say with Delver of Secrets. There's even turns where you can play Delver on 1, and then during your upkeep set a stop, so you can go ahead and Fading Hope, bounce your opponent's creature, set up your top card, see if it's an instant or not, or sorcery. If it's not, you scry it away, hope to hit 1 on the top, right? So that's an option you have available here, which is pretty cool. Otherwise, it bounces tokens, does a bunch of other things that are really going to help this deck punch through for the win. Clarion Spirit, obviously, we're trying to play a lot of cheap spells, get other flyers. Lean In Light Scribe, the main reason you want to play a Magecraft deck is this card right here. Show of Confidence, we're playing 3, and this is actually pretty sweet. You know, does allow us to do some cool things, put a bunch of +1/+1s on stuff. And there's sometimes you even want to use this just to put 1 or 2 counters on things, just because it makes your creatures bigger for the long run, especially if your hand's already low on spells. We're playing 1 Movenda just as a catch-all late in the game, let us reuse all those spells out of our graveyard. Also, being able to use stuff on your turn and your opponent's turn matters, right? So lots of cool stuff. we're going to have access to here, which is pretty sweet. Lands, we're not doing anything fancy. We're doing 9 snow-covered plains, 5 snow-covered islands, 2 deserted beach, 4 Hingegate pathway, and 2 faceless havens. We just went with the snowlands, so we have the option of maybe getting some extra damage in through faceless havens if things don't really go our way. There could be other cards to play in this list. This is just what we came up with on the fly, and I told the chat, hey, we're going to play the games and see what happens. So let's go play those games, and at the end of the games, catch me on the other side, and we'll talk about possible changes or updates to the deck, and then I'll have a card spotlight for you. Well, this case is just going to play just like the mono white aggro, sort of. So this should be reasonable. All right, well, let's just see how much removal they have, because I have a feeling we're going to get met by a very, very rough Meat Hook Massacre. So I'm going to do this reluctantly and attack. All right, they didn't have any instant speed removal. I'm going to try to trap the opponent. If they have a Meat Hook Massacre and we leave this up, we could, in effect, I don't know if I need to have a blue land out or not. Only in the fact that we could get a Consider and possibly something else to cast, which would be nice. No matter what, we're doing this. Then we're just going to attack. And then I'm going to go and play that and leave it up. And then hopefully, if they decide to Meat Hook Massacre here, sweet, for 2. So we can save an Usher and a Like Scribe here, right? Because it's going to become a +3. Well, Delver, you're a little bit late to the party, aren't you? Well, what are the odds they're going to Massacre again? I think I'm just going to do that and make a token. Pass the turn. Felt good against a Meat Hook Massacre? Yeah, it wasn't bad. I'll tell you that. Ah, dang it. That sucks. Oh, there goes that Light Scribe. Yep. Well, I guess I didn't lose much on that Delver, did I? Question. See, now I just can't figure out, do they have another Meat Hook Massacre or not? Because obviously they have one. They're going to do it for 3. And we only have 3, 4, 5, 6. This sucks. I feel like I have to play the Delver and hope to try to get to lethal somehow. But if they have a Meat Hook Massacre, we're just dead. Or a million things, honestly. We're going to die to several cards here. Hey, Asaviru. Alright, how bad is it? I mean, are we going to live through this? Another Meat Hook Massacre. Okay, well, we knew there was going to be at least one, so... Here we go again. Wasting that to save a creature, but... It's all we got. Okay, that's not nothing. Alright, go get it, buddy. It's all you. Do I even use this the second time? Get in for 6, put the opponent at 6? No, we save it, because that plus a token still kind of the same thing. Yeah, got to do what we can with this Usher, man. We got nothing else. I mean, we survived 2 Meat Hook Massacres so far. I mean, that's already doing work. We're so far ahead of where we should be right now. Oh, Fading Hope. That's cute. Well, I mean, I guess so. Alright, they're going to sack and get a land. So we lose a life. I'm going to put a counter on the token. And then we're going to attack for 7. Oh, against 2 Meat Hook Massacres. Oh. Hey, look, we got a Delver in our opener. Let's see if it works. Come on, opponent. Chaplain of Bombs. Okay, well, we definitely want to be able to come over the top, so we want Delver to trigger. Okay, we'll take care of that in a minute, Hiller. Alright, come on. Oh, if you attack, I can't block. I mean, I can, but it'd be foolish. Boo. Decline. Not that it matters, because we're probably just going to play it anyway. Attack for 1. Get in there. Though, if we were to flip the Delver, and this is a, like, +1/+1 thing, we could still have a pretty big-ass turn next turn, which would be amusing. Gosh dang it. This Delver's just having none of it. You know what? I'll attack with these. If you block with your Aspirant, that's like a win for us, so whatever. Okay, we'll play that. Play this. Make a 1/1. Alright, next turn's still looking pretty sweet. I mean, we can play both of these, get another token, swing for a whole lot. Delver may or may not flip. We'll see. Opponent's still attacking. I ain't blocking, though. There. Oh, that's the best one. That's the best thing. Question is just, do I want to use it now? Actually, is this 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, wait, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So if we did both of these, that could get it done. All right. Let's... I don't even think I need to play the... Well, yeah, we do. Let's just play it. And then we just attack. Like, you already know we have one spell in hand, so whatever. We're just not blocking? Why no blocks? Okay, sure. Well, we'll bounce this, I guess. Save this to see if we can get more value on a later turn. Oh, yes, that's great. I guess they were dead either way. Hold on. All right, we'll make sure we get it on the next game. Play with their deck. Yeah, we keep this, though. Let's go for it. Because I figure we can give it a +1 attack. We can Fading Hope. Oh, well, they didn't play anything to Fading Hope. So, never mind that. We are going to attack. And then I'll just make another Deuter. Man, this hand has some potential. Because we can bounce something and make another token. And then we can do it again. And then we can plus things. Oh, I don't want to bounce that. That's not a thing I want to bounce. You did not cooperate, opponent. You obviously did not understand the assignment. Alright, I guess I have to give the Usher the +1 now. That's a little disappointing. And then we'll attack. If you choose to block, so be it. Alright. We do have access to another blue land, so we could bounce 2 blockers if necessary, still make a token. Then could play Mavinda, use this again? No, but it just exiles it anyway. Oh, we will definitely bounce that guy. For sure. Should have done this during my upkeep, actually, because I could have changed my draw, possibly. Speaking of, I could have drawn that, and that would have been totally worth it. Okay, though, I think now the plan is just go ahead and play this. Attack. Make another duder. Alright, what you got for me here? You got 5 mana now? Got a Goldspan Dragon. Alright. Opponent just don't give a damn. Alright, I guess we take 5? I mean, no, we block this guy. What are we... Are they just giving up? I mean, we only have 9, actually. So, we actually won't be able to get there. Even if they got that... Oh, I don't know. We'll see. And a Magda. Okay. How do we want to deal with this? We could bounce Magda. Attack with everything else. Play Mavinda. Save the Fading Hope for next turn. I think is correct. No, I like this. Oh, Clarion Spirit, you're a bit late. Actually, it's not bad, because we'll still have the Homestead Courage in the yard. Alright, I'm good with that. So we can use this now. Pump up another one of these, so it's just harder to kill them. I'll go ahead and just play that. We're in there with all of our duders. Opponent just says they want to take it all. Okay. How bad is it? Passing. Attacking. So now I have to question, are they doing this because they need 6? Well, whatever. If you got something awesome you can do with the 6 mana, then we just get wrecked. I'm willing to live and die by it. Okay, we're good then. Yep. I mean, they know we have the Homestead Courage, and Mavinda alone is going to kill them. Ah, there you go. There's a Despair Sentinel. That changes things. But we're going to do this. Put a +1 on... What do we want to put it on? Why don't it's 6? And they only have a Magda left? If we put the +1/+1 on one of these, then that gives 1 less quality block for the Mammoth. We'll have a Spirit token, so we could chump block with that on the Dragon if we had to for some reason. The safe blocks for them would be to block a 2/2, block a 1/1, block Mavinda. Alright. I think I'm willing to do it. Yeah, whatever. They're all in there. All right, that makes sense. That makes sense as well. Okay. All right. Opponent's at 4 with 2 cards. 1 unknown. Oh. We're going to be killing some creatures? Okay, Dragon's Fire. That's legit. Nice. Okay. What do we do with this? Nothing good, sadly. I mean, we could bounce Goldspan Dragon, but that doesn't really achieve much other than us being able to get in with the 1/1. So I think we're just going to pass. Sadly. I think that's our plan here. Yeah, Usher's done work in each of our games so far. Opponent, you can make some treasure if that's what you want to do. I mean, that's not the type of deck it is. If you once you start adding mid-range mana sink type stuff to the deck, you're gonna end up in a worse situation. Because that's not what the deck's trying to do at all. I'm gonna put a stop during my upkeep. To see if maybe I could play Fading Hope, get something viable, and play another spell. Alright. Opponent's attacking here. We take 5. We go to 7. Opponent's at 4. Okay. No, I don't think I want Ascendant Spirit in this deck. Alright, I'm just trying to think what I want to bounce with this. Bounce Mammoth, that's the biggest thing on the ground. We could bounce the Sentinel, but then I'm not even sure. The only way we could kill the opponent... No, that wouldn't do it either. I was thinking if we got the one that copies, but that would only be 2 additional. So that's not going to do it. Man, I don't know which card I want to remove. I mean, the obvious answer feels like you want to just say Wolf, but bah. Maybe it is, though. Alright. I don't love this, but it's what we got. Damn it. This is what I get for trying to get crafty. I could have just drawn this. Would have been a better draw. Okay, well, we do get a token to block with, so there's that. But now if we get a spell, we are threatening lethal here, so... Alright, no attacks. Yep, opponent makes mana. Makes sense. Hopefully they don't have more than, like, one thing on top of their life. Oh, and it was a Sentinel. That's, like, the worst thing for... so good. Can't even be mad. Like, good job, opponent. Like, you got it, you got it. Their hand's empty. We take 6. What are you hoping for? Our opponent's got 4 blockers. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attackers. So we're looking for one of our double spells, right? Either Guidance or either of our +1/+1 cards, basically. Yeah, no blocks. Let's do it. If you Got me, you got me. Alright, we're at 1. Be there, deck. Ooh, Delver, you ain't it. You definitely are not it. Yeah. Not cool. Well, then what do we do here? We attack with Usher. And they either have to give us Magda or the Mammoth. My deck lists are usually live on YouTube and on my Aetherhub whenever I post the videos. We just built this earlier, so I don't even have it up anywhere. If we attack with everything, opponent can block Light Scribe with Magda, block Usher with... Actually, probably block Usher with Magda, block Mammoth, or Light Scribe with Mammoth, block here. So that leaves them Goldspan, Mammoth, and a Sentinel. And they're only taking 2, 3, 4. They'd block differently. Well, I guess as long as we keep spirits back, we don't die. Actually, we can just wait. What am I doing? We can wait. The only problem is I could play 2 creatures off the top, but you know what? Let's just draw our spells. I was just thinking I could attack, cost them some blockers, maybe play, activate Usher, make another 1/1, leave them down to just Dragon, Mammoth, and probably a Sentinel, which probably would have been okay, honestly. But again, if we get one of our +1/+1 spells, we might be okay. Alright, how bad is it? Okay, that's fine. Still in the same situation. Yeah, so if we'd have done that last turn, wouldn't have mattered. Yep, and we didn't get there. Alright. Had opportunity, couldn't make it happen. The problem, Winch, is I just don't think enough people would use it, and there's not enough upside to doing it, I don't feel like. I'm gonna keep this. We're just gonna see what happens. Hey, we found a land. Now we're in business. Alright, let's find a spell on top, just to put a cherry on this whole thing. Or actually, hold on. I'm just debating, should I Fading Hope during my upkeep? Because I could Fading Hope and then play this. And then just play Clarion Spirit and something next turn. So yeah, I think I actually do want to do that. And get this thing out of the way. Excellent. We will reveal that. Man, I almost hit decline. That was going to be sad. Get in there with our aberration. Oh, you're welcome, Hiller. It was fun. Aww. Our Delver is going to get run into. How sad. No blocks. I mean, yeah, our Delver's just going to get beat up on here, isn't it? We don't really have an out. I mean, here's the weird thing. We kind of should just spin this, because if there's another Spellbinder, it makes this suck for us, and it's going to cost us 1 out of the yard anyway. I just have to decide where to put it, and the truth is it's got to go in the Lumimancer, which is bad, but is what it is. I mean, they might also have just, like, Apparition or something and not care about blocking here. Oh, no, they're blocking the 6? There you go. That's the block that made more sense to me. I was like, wait a minute. Are we going to get to keep that Delver? That was about to just be stunning. Honestly. See, they did have an apparition. Okay. Well, we're still at a lot of life, so no panics yet. We're going to go ahead and play this. Hopefully they don't have another Elite Spellbinder. We don't be getting a 1-1, but we'll take 4. We know we're going to be able to get at least one chump blocker this next turn, so we're not that concerned about it. Ah, they had another apparition. Well, I guess we don't get that chump blocker now, do we? But this is the downside. You know, when you're playing this versus playing, you know, just straight white. You know, playing the Magecraft versions, you don't get access to stuff like Apparition or Brutal Cathar, any of that stuff. Man, I almost feel like I need to block and just get us a 2-2 back. Alright. I don't love this at all, but... Oh man, do you have an answer here too? Oh, I thought they was going to get Fateful. I was like, at least I get to draw a card. Oh, that's bad. Yeah, we're dead. GG's. We go first. Ooh. Ooh. Sad. That's a whole lot of sag. Alright, we keep. Mostly because we'll just go Lumimancer into Voice and then go search for a land to get the other island that we need. That'll also let us pump for an attack while we're setting up a Delver. So it's not great, but it's not bad. It's just something to do every turn, effectively. Environmental Sciences. We'll put that down. We'll attack. Of course, we could also just draw a blue source, and that'd be fine, too. Smoldering Egg. Well, the good news is we do have some answers to a Smoldering Egg. Heck. Okay, they blocked. It's like, there was a chance they wouldn't block. Seeing if maybe we had a spell or something. Because we could have drawn a card there, pumped, killed their egg. Now let's see what spells they have. Okay, came into play tap, so it's not like a Prismari command or anything here. Could still be a shock type spell, though. Alright, Dead Lumimancer, makes sense. Let's draw a Fading Hope. Well, that's no good. We could Movenda to put a counter. What if we do that? We're better off just doing this. Let's just play Movenda and we'll play an Usher. And we'll pass. Alright, iteration. Sure. I mean, silly as it is, I think if we find a Fading Hope, we're still not in bad shape here. Because we could Fading Hope, activate Movenda, use a Guiding Voice, use the Show of Confidence. That's a lot of damage. Alright. Yeah, that ain't bad either, though. We'll reveal that. So how do we want to do this? I mean, we only have 2 white mana. All right, let's activate Movenda. We'll use this. Get expanded anatomy. Attack with everything? And I guess we'll target Movenda. Okay. I mean, we have access to a fair amount of damage next turn. Well, what are we looking to do here? Let's put 3 counters on a Delver. Test of talents on that. Yeah, sure. I guess we're good with that. I mean, this is peculiar because they know we have this in the yard. So they must have another bounce spell or something here. All right, I mean, I'm your Huckleberry. Sure. Okay. All right, that's it. Movenda did some work. Opponent goes first. Sure, we'll keep. Yeah. Didn't catch you mention earlier. Have you tried the Midnight Hunt Constructed format this week? I don't even know what it is. I almost don't even look at those, honestly. Nothing against them. I just spend so much time building and playing regular standard stuff that unless somebody in the Discord tells me what it is, or somebody really wants to see me play it on stream or something, I don't even look at them, usually. What is opponent doing here? This feels so strange. Alright, I guess I'm just gonna play this. Like, I don't even know what's happening. I guess they're just gonna try to counter some stuff here? Yeah, like... definitely keep this hand. This is like the most normal hand I think we've gotten so far. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and lead with this and attack. Then I think our plan is... Alright, that works. Let's... Ooh. This sucks because I'm probably going to want more blue. I think I'm just going to risk it though on white because we have more spells that are white than blue. So we're going to play this. We're gonna bounce the dog. That can stay, as we were hunting for blue. Awesome. Soul Shatter. Opponent's at 12. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have to get rid of the Clarion Spirit, actually. Because we might draw something off of Consider that could just end the game. So, gotta try. Put it in the graveyard? Nope. We'll draw that. That does all the things we need it to do. We'll go get environmental sciences. Yep. Keep this. This one actually looks promising. As long as the opponent doesn't have, like, I don't know, Meat Hook Massacre for 2. It's not a start that says Meat Hook Massacre. Oh, but they're going to 1-for-1 us the whole way. Alright, well, things are what they are. Alright, well, if they have removal, we'll toss one of these out there. I ain't blocking. You get your free treasure. Lightscribe may have to pay for my sins. Nope, looks like not on this day he won't. Alright. Then, what do we do here? Do we just play another Lightscribe? Leave up Fading Hope? I think that's correct. And then we just pass. I mean, we can turn these into 4/4s. That's not irrelevant. No, we may have to save one of our own. I was just thinking maybe bounce theirs, but nah, this is right. It basically stones walls and attack for the turn. Oh, I already had a white landing. Crap. That was bad. Shouldn't have done that. Should have got rid of that. Okay. We'll see about starting to attack next turn, possibly. They are playing a hostile, though. Alright, 3 mana. To do... You're going to come after a Lightscribe again. And we're not going to let it die again. They're playing a lot of these Fuma rolls. That can stay. Question just is, do we get to use this now or later? Because at some point, we get to just attack. I mean, opponent's down to 2 cards. I don't know what the opponent's doing. I feel like they might play something crazy, and then it has haste, and then we're kind of up against it. But at the same time, opponent's at 20. 2, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I mean, let's attack with these two and see what the opponent does. And if they don't block, then we just let it ride, I think. Alright. Because we can just get more out of the Show of Confidence if we get a spell. And we're at 18, so it's like, that's fine. I guess in theory I should have attacked with the Lightscribe, so like that's at least more threatening to them. Is this another Fuma roll? Price of Loyalty. Well, that's a problem. Okay. Crafty opponent. I see you. Alright. We're at 11. Huh. Price of loyalty. And that's how they're going to sack our dude. Okay, hey. That's what you're using the hostile for? Good times. Good times. Alright. Double hostile. Turn this into a 2/2 doesn't really do enough. This is gonna be let's just do this. Actually, it'll become a 3/3. Alright. I mean, if you got tricks, you got tricks. I don't know what the opponent's doing here. Like, I literally have no idea what cards at all we need to be playing around. The opponent's deck's very different. So this is just hoping for... Oh, they had a Prismari command. That kind of sucks. Alright. I mean, great card for them. Just sucks for us. Decline to reveal it. If we attack, we're trading the Light Scribe for a Magda. They can sack their treasure to put a counter on their hostile, but they have to have, what, 3 counters? Yeah, okay. Oh, they weren't interested in blocking. Land. Nope, it was not a land. Sure, no blocks. I don't know what you're up to here, so I'm just going to let it happen. Oh, it's just a frostbite. Okay, fair. Decline. I mean, might as well. Sucks that they're going to get all this treasure and we didn't get to play a spell, but hey. Oh, they got another removal card? Son of a gun. Alright. Well, this is better than nothing here, actually. Well, what do we get here? I mean, we could juice up our Deuter, and that'd be 6? Wouldn't it be at 2? Oh, no, this says... Yeah. Well, no, we got 1 counter, so it'd be 5. I mean, we could do this and draw a card, which is probably smarter, just because they can steal stuff from us. So yeah, I'm gonna do this. And just be less happy with myself. Oh. Well, that's a thing. Well, okay. So we played 2 spells this turn? So that'd be 3. Still only 6. I guess we do it and hope for the best. Let's go. No guts, no glory, right? Alright. Probably should have put 1 counter on, like, the flyer or something, but... Okay. We're dead. Could you shoot us for 1 or for 2? Or actually, get rid of this. Yep. We're dead. GG's. Oh, whoa, wait. What? Yeah, you just kill that and then kill us, right? Oh, they had a price of loyalty also. All right, cool. I was like, wait a minute. Like, what are you doing, opponent? Yeah, we keep this. We only have 2 creatures, but and I don't know if it's good or bad that we already have so many of our spells in hand, but let's find out. Decline. We'll go ahead and play this. I was just thinking I might play one of those, but I'm not. We're just going to do this and attack for 1. Alright, Professor of Symbology. Goes and gets probably something to get more land. Because that's what those decks tend to want. Well, if we get a Plains, it's not bad. Well, well, well. I guess we'll reveal that. So since they're playing what looks to be a mid-rangey type deck, we kind of have to decide what we can and can't get away with here. So I think I want to go ahead and put a counter on the Aberration. We're going to go ahead and play Environmental Sciences, because that's another spell for the Lumamancer. Get a plane, so we have that for next turn. And we'll get in there. Alright, let's see what the opponent wants to do here. I would like to draw one of our blue spells. Would be great. Excellent. So now we can do a lot with this show of confidence. Question is just what we want to do with it. So let's +1 the Lumamancer. As I don't think the opponent really wants to block here. So far we're up to 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to be able to have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There'll be 1. We could also just do this and attack. And then just save all this for the following turn, which is probably a little bit better. Especially if their play is just play Pest Summoning and make 3 blockers, because then we can just kill them with this, probably. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do this. That's still a significant enough amount that they'll want to block. If not, they're living dangerously. Because then you almost have to kill the aberration and do something else. Okay, makes sense that you want to block. Alright. Also, the good news is now these are both out of range of any reasonable sweeper. Ooh. Good old Mavinda. You kind of open things up a little bit here too, don't you? Alright. Put a counter here. Teachings, I guess? We could also get this and just keep them from playing a Blood on the Snow, maybe, on a later turn, if we don't think we can finish them. But I feel like we're gonna be able to. Unless they have Shadow's Verdict here, then that just sucks. But yeah, I think we just attack with this. No need putting them at 13 life, right? Force them to find a way to get rid of those. All right, if that's all you got, I think that's going to be it, unless it's a spot removal here with like Infernal Grasp or whatever that thing is. Oh, okay, they're dead. Yep. The one time I'm actually going to get to cast Academic Probation, and it doesn't even matter. All right, name a card. We're going to name Blood on the Snow. And then we're going to play... Yeah, a million things. Well, score one for chat, because that actually worked. Though, anybody who's on that stream, though, knows that we built another deck that did not work so well, so you probably won't be seeing that here on the YouTube channel. But for this actually was pretty cool. It played a little better, I would think, than the mono white version, just because it does have some of the bounce spells and, you know, ways to kind of fix your draw a little bit. And that helps quite a bit in some of those games. You know, we got to set up some interesting kills on a couple of turns. So I really like that aspect of it. I do think it's possible you could probably find a couple other bounce spells to play. I think that's totally reasonable as well. There's a couple Into the Royal, stuff like that I think you could play. And it would actually make a lot of sense in this list. So something to consider, especially if you want to keep off like Rin and 7 tokens or bounce somebody's chariot after they've dedicated to attacking with it, you know, something like that. There's a few different situations where it could be handy, but yeah, overall the deck actually was surprisingly good and playable, and we had pretty decent game against a little bit of everything. Even surviving the Meat Hook Massacre twice, right? That was pretty big for this type of deck. That's usually a death blow for you, but the fact that we could live through that was pretty awesome. Now, for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Enlightened Tutor. And this is a card that has had one reprint, I think, in one of the Masters sets, maybe a couple. Actually, it's had some like theme deck stuff and some promo cards, but in the end, this card's still very expensive. You're going to have a hard time finding one, I think, under like $30 right now. And it's just a really good card. I mean, it's played in several Commander decks. It's played in a lot of older formats. Just searching out an enchantment, boom, put it on a library, and you got it to go next turn. And for just 1 mana, this card is super good. I would not be surprised if we see this get reprinted in some type of, I don't know, Masters. I don't think it'll be in a modern Masters type set. I don't think we're going to do that in a Modern Horizons or anything. But I wouldn't be surprised if it shows up in some type of Commander deck or something in the next year. Because it's starting to get to that point where it gives WotC a really good rare they could reprint, and it's actually a value that I think people want. Maybe not in a Commander deck, because it could shift the value of the decks a little too much, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see this in some kind of booster again soon. Now, don't forget, if you want today's deck list, it will be down in the description below, right along with links for our Facebook gaming stream and our Twitch streams, so check those out if you haven't, because you could participate and maybe get to have some say in the next thing that gets to show up here on these videos. But also, if you want to get deck help or ask questions or anything else, you can come by our Discord, which we're doing a lot of that right now, and everybody's being really helpful and friendly in there. And there's over 500 people, so it's going to be part of the crew. And finally, if you haven't, please consider hitting the like, subscribe, support, leave a comment, share it, do all those wonderful things. All that stuff really helps the channel grow, and I really appreciate it. That's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.